Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Saturday morning. This is a new edition of Learning to Sleep. We have decided to make some adjustment. We were doing the Learning to Sleep sessions in Wednesday night, but my marketing advisor told me that it will be much better to do it during the day because the light is better, the videos work out better, and they are more appealing to the people. So then we have a set sometimes for every Saturday afternoon. However, you know, Saturday is like my family day, so we have different commitments on Saturday. So I will be adjusting the time of the live. However, at 4 o'clock I will start repeating the video that I'm posting here. I'm going to make a big fuss at about 4 o'clock, and I will try to be here every Saturday. Okay. So if you hear a background noise or something, I'm escaping and hiding of my children. They are awake now. They are at the back in the house. But anyway, today I want to talk about this topic that I talked about yesterday in my Facebook group of mothers, where I speak in Spanish. I give this talk every week to 92,000 mothers, and the topic I talk was about what to do when we become prisoners of our children. Yes, and I'm talking to you if you are one of those mothers that put the children to bed, or and cannot move, or has the baby in arms, and it's a trick to put it down in the cot without waking the baby up. So it is the topic today is going to be that. I'm going to give you a few little tricks that you can do in order to not become that prisoner for hours, no? Because sometimes it can be more than 1 hour in where you are waiting there. Sometimes you even sitting on the floor. It has happened to us in the past that you sitting on the floor and then, or lying on the floor, which is worse, and then fall asleep at 7 o'clock and then wake up and be absolutely tired. Okay, and this happens because mainly we don't know what to do. We don't have any strategies, and it works. If I stay with my child for the time he wants, or for the time he's falling asleep, then he's eventually going to fall asleep, and then I can get out of the room. But if I get my child used to this technique of me staying in the room next to them, and believe me, this happens not just with babies, it happens with children up to 5 years old or longer or older, in where they are used to the mom being next to them, and the mom cannot separate or move away from them. I know a lot of mothers that do that. It is painful. It's good to be with your child at night time. It's good to spend some time. But we have a life. I always say that we have a life. We have things to do. We are very busy, and sometimes you don't have just one child. You have more, like me, and then it's tricky when one of them wants you to be long time with them. The other one gets upset, or it's not fair. And also on you, because you need to do things. You need to have a little bit of time off, and it's painful. Okay, first thing to do is like always I said, have a early bedtime routine. Set a time in where you are going to take your child to bed. No matter the age, even if you have a newborn baby or a baby that is a few months old, always talk to them, explain them that it's going to be a short time. You're going to put them in bed, and you're going to stay there for 5 minutes, and then you are going to go and do your own thing. So you are going to sleep because you're tired too. Doesn't matter that your baby is very little and cannot reply to you. Talk to your baby, talk to your child. They always listen. It's very nice. You relax. You feel like you're passing through your thoughts is very important. Your baby feels the sensation. Okay, and let's do this. We are going to talk to our child and then say, well, okay, let's say as well, this is a very good key point. Sometimes our children already have habits or depend on something. Let's say my baby, this is an example and you can apply it for everything. My baby is used to me rocking him, okay? If my baby is used to rocking him and you don't know what to do, this is the only way he goes to sleep, what you're going to do in order to start changing this is going to be with your child and say, okay, I'm going to be 5 minutes with you, and then after I say, I'm going to pick a magic word that says good night, it's time for you to sleep, and I'm going to put baby. So I'm not encouraging habits, I'm not encouraging to do this, but if you already have a habit, if your baby already depends on something, on giving the hand, on touching your hair, on being carrying, on being rocking, on being sing to sleep, whatever it is, this is a little help I'm giving you, a little tip I'm giving you to get out, to get by. Okay, so you will have your baby, and then you will say, okay, it's now time to sleep. We're going to go to your bedroom, and if he's rocking, I'm going to rock you for a little bit, then you're going to go to sleep. Okay, so you grab your baby, you go to the dark room next to his cot or his bed, and then you grab your child, and then you rock him, and then you sit, and please do so within 5 minutes, as you said. Grab your baby and place it in the cot and say, okay, it's now time to sleep, please stay there, and then just be careful, place him there. One thing I'm going to say, you will be thinking, oh, but for you it's very easy, but what if my baby start crying and start kicking? Well, what if not? Okay, what if not? First try, and then we can talk about it, because sometimes you don't even try and you're already thinking in bad consequences. Okay, you like to be ready, yes, but why are you not ready for the best? Because when we have a good mindset, when we have a good approach to things get better. Okay, so grab your children and rock him for 5 minutes if this is what he's used to, and place baby in the cot. Once baby is placed in cot, you will pick your magic word, say, baby, it's now time to sleep, please rest. The more calm, the more relaxed you are, the more sweet you talk to your baby, the easier everything is going to be. When, let's say, we're rocking the baby and you're ready to put the baby in the cot, and baby start getting angry and stuff. It's like they plug something in ourselves, and we start getting tense. We start, oh my God, he's going to start crying. He's going to start screaming again, and then all that thought that you just had when your baby start having a little bit of reaction, it triggers all through your body, to your body temperature, to your mind, to your sensation, the way you speak, the way you feel, the way you hold your baby, everything, all the tension gets transformed into something that you are, and then as you're trying to place your baby, you are passing that to your baby is sensing it because he's next to you, you are touching him, you're feeling, you're breathing next to him, your baby senses. What happens? It triggers a reaction the same way. Your baby start getting stressed, he start having that feeling exactly like you. Oh, my mom is now getting angry, I don't want to stay, I don't want, like, it's just, maybe he doesn't tell you, he has no way to tell you because he's little, but same sensation. If you remain calm and you talk to him and say, don't worry, I'm going to be here, place him in the cot, calm, stay there and say, it's now time to sleep. Turn around, try to let him settle. Let's see how we go, and then after 5 minutes, okay, you must leave, because this is a way in where you're giving your baby a chance to sleep, a chance to find a way that he can sleep. You're giving him the tools. You are not overstimulating. You are not overdoing whatever you're doing, and then you don't need to do the escape, the sudden escape that you do, because as soon as you're willing, because I know I'm a parent, and as soon as you put your baby, you wish to be running out of the door and do your own things. But what happened? You can't do it. And then as soon as you put it, oh, please sleep, 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 sleep. And as soon as you feel like he turned the head to the other way, you're waiting, and then you, oh my God, I'm ready to go. And then you start like getting very quiet, trying to get up, start walking away, and then, oh, something, oh my God, and then you need to go back. Then it's a story with no ending. Then what happens sometimes, you end up staying there for an hour. Then sometimes I remember with Zelda, my first girl, my first baby, 7 years ago, I used to do stretches while she was trying to sleep. I used to stretch myself because I had a very sore back because I used to carry her a lot. And I remember after stretching, she's still awake. I was not leaving the room, and I used to lie on the floor and just fall asleep there. And 1 hour later, my partner will come and say, Lily, what are you doing on the floor? You fall asleep again. And that was a story not just for me. It was happening to him as well. So this is the one of the things, like I said, you don't need to be a prisoner. You don't need to stay there, but you need to control it, okay? They don't know any better, and you are there for guiding. You are there for encouraging and teaching them the things. If you put limits, if you show the way, if you are calm, that is one of the key points. The better your mindset and your person is at the time you're trying to pass on to something, the better the baby or your children are going to get it, okay? Sometimes, I understand we are so tired, we just don't have time to dealing, we just want to go to bed, we just had enough of our day, and believe me, I've been like that so many times. Today, for example, it's just 8 o'clock or 8:15. I've been up at 4:10. 4:10, one of my kids was crying. He had a very wet nappy, so I went to change him, and I thought, oh my God, is he not going to sleep again? Because it happens to everybody. And then, no, I just covered him up, changed his nappy, and he went back to sleep for another 2 hours. I was a bit scared because I thought I got a long day to go. It's 4:30 in the morning, and it can be painful. But no, he sleep. We're up 6 o'clock. That's fine for me. Have many things to do. Already clean the house, make the beds, change the children. I'm here giving the talk. I'm ready to cook, and I have a long day to go. But anyway, not that you don't, but this is me. Okay, another thing that I have to say about these ninja escapes, trying to take turns with your partner so it doesn't become really painful, because when you are the only one doing this, waiting every night in the room with your child, it becomes really tiring and really stressful, and it builds up over time. So trying to share the load, trying to share with your partner, and of course set limits. If you have toddlers, if you have older children like I do, you should set limits, okay? Because they start finding the excuse as well. Mommy, I want water. Mommy, I want my blanket. Mommy, I tell you all the mine. I want some Vicks, I want my blankie, I want my teddy, I want this, I want more water, I want this. The list cannot end all night. But there is a time that you need to say, okay, I'm going to get your water, for example, and this is the last time I come into the room, and you need to go to sleep, okay? And they reply, okay, because they know you have to do it, you have to not go again, you have to be firm, and this is how you start setting your limits, your conduct, and then they start listening. If they say, Mommy, I want this, and you go and give it, Mommy, I want, well, we become sort of slaves of what they say. They don't believe that I'm not going to come back because I keep coming back, and it's true. They don't have any good reason for believe what you're saying, because you're not telling the truth, and they never learn, okay? Well, people, I hope you enjoyed this early morning video. I hope to see you here every weekend. I'm going to be doing these live talks. If you have a topic, if you are a mother or someone desperate to sleep, reach up to me. I'm happy to help anytime. And see you. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.